Yo, what's going on? What's happening, man? There's a lot of young people that look at this channel, and I respect y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why I do these videos, and it's been a long time since I've uploaded videos on this channel, but for the most part, the reason why I do these videos is because I don't want nobody to grow up to be like me, to go through what I went through, you know, in my past. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to be ahead of the curve, you know, and this is the reason why, you know, I'm so headstrong when it comes to you believing in yourself and no one else. You know, don't be fooled by these three monotheistic religions, you know, the three, if you don't know already, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Don't be fooled by these fake prophets, you know, street scholars, your people such as your Dr.Yorks, your Polights, and last but not least, your Natureboys. Like, I could be real. You know what I'm saying? I could be really real with y'all. And I am. And I'm going to say that our generation let you all down. And our excuse is, of course, every generation's excuse. You know, we didn't have it. You know, we didn't have a mother and a father in our household. We didn't have, you know, guidance, and we didn't have this, and we didn't have that, and blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you something. They ain't no excuse. They ain't no excuse. You know what I'm saying? And when you do someone wrong, especially souls, people that are looking for a higher purpose in life, when you do someone wrong, you know what I'm saying? You deserve to be locked in jail forever. Locked up in jail forever. Like your Natureboy. I say that, yeah, if you learn anything from us, learn not to be like us. That's real. Learn from our mistakes. Whether we directly tell you about our mistakes, or you indirectly see us going through the mistakes that we make in life. That you are truly the future. You young people out there that can make a difference. Because you can see that the damage, and don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that Natureboy speaks for our generation, the 90s, the older people. You know what I'm saying? Or you may call old heads. I'm not saying he is the spokesperson for our generation, but I'm saying that at the end of the day, like, learn that you can't trust, and that when you come upon someone that's older than you, you gotta size them up and question them just like anyone else. That there's no age when it comes to people wanting to take advantage of you. And that's real talk. That's exactly what Natureboy did. He took advantage of people. Not only the women, but the men as well. And he deserved every goddamn fucking year that he's gonna spend the rest of his life, remaining of his life in jail. He does. Polight deserves it. He don't deserve no 7 years. Not what he did. Not what he did. He took the plea deal. He was smart enough to take the plea deal. So he'll be doing 7 years, Polight that is, and he'll be out in 5. But this dude, Natureboy, he got so caught up in his own lies to the point where he thought he was 3God or whatever the hell else he thought he was. He thought that, you know what, man, I'm not going to no, I ain't taking no plea deal. 7 years they would have gave him. I ain't taking no plea deal. I'm taking this to trial. And not only am I taking it to trial, I'm not going to even testify. Matter of fact, I'm not going to even be there while my court case is going on. And my stupid excuse is, oh, the judge got COVID. But if you God, I mean, you're supposed to be immune to that anyway. I'm telling you, young people out there, listen to what's inside your mind and what's inside your heart, and let that be your leader. Because I'm telling you, at the end of the day, for real, the last leader that we had, the last genuine leader that we had, man, it's like well known. I say it, Martin. Nah, what am I saying? Not Martin, Malcolm. Malcolm admitted it. Dr. Martin Luther King admitted that he was leading us into a sinking ship, or burning house, as he would put it. The only person that I truly believe that was sincere was Malcolm and Marcus Garvey. That's it. But you learn from the past, and you learn from these fools out here that's trying to misguide you, and you know what I'm saying, and have it so that, you know, they use you up and they get something out of the deal, but you don't. I've been there and I've done that. I used to be part of that cult called the Nubian Nation. Dr. York, that's another person that deserves to be in jail as well. He's serving 135 years. All of these false prophets, cult leaders. It's bad enough that some of you all don't have a father figure. Some of you all rely on people such as myself and others that's online to get some type of knowledge and information. That when you go to school, they telling you you weren't nothing but a slave. But some of you all work, they telling you wasn't but a slave and a nigga. It's bad enough you know what I'm saying? You get up here on YouTube and you want to learn something, you're sincere. You got motherfuckers like Natureboy, Polight, and Dr. York leading you astray. It's bad enough that the white man is on your ass, but now you have your own people. That's a shame. So I tell you that leaders, that shit is dead, and that shit is dead and stinking in your generation. If you looking for a leader, I'm gonna tell you where to find them. Go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. That's your fucking leader. That's who you follow. That's real shit. And I'm telling you with a sincere heart, I don't want shit from you. I don't want shit from you. I'm not gonna offer you no order or no coat. You be a member of this and that and so forth. I'm telling you some real shit. Some advice that I wish when I was your age, I followed my own advice. I wish someone was there to tell me that the only leader that you need to follow is that man in the mirror. And for those that's looking, you know what I'm saying? Women as well. That woman in the mirror. For the woman that's looking at this channel or this video, that's who you need to follow. You know what I'm saying? And when you do follow that person, man, you'll be all right. You're gonna make some mistakes. Life ain't perfect. But I can tell you the mistakes that you make will be small and minute compared to the big ones that I've made in my life. Like it has to be a generation where this shit stops. Where we no longer have followers, but we have leaders. We have people that's really gonna make a difference. That's really gonna bring about change. Because every generation that I've lived in, but every generation that I've lived through, or you know what I'm saying, we've all failed. My mom's generation, they failed us. We grew up, our generation, I thought that we were gonna be, man, I thought we were gonna be the real change. And we had it. We had a culture that we created in the late 70s, early 80s called hip hop. And in the 90s, it was, you know, we had the golden era where we had the golden age, the golden era where 90s hip hop we had a variety of music. The culture was just, man, out there. We had our own music, we had our own dance, we had our own culture, our own, culture consists of that, our own dance moves, our own language, our own clothing. You had independent black clothing lines. In the 90s was the start of the independent artists, or the independent artists, the independent labels. But all that changed, man. Motherfuckers got old and sold the fuck out. Sold out. And I'm not gonna name no names of the rappers that said they would never sell out, but the ones that said in the 90s that they would never sell out, those are the ones that really did. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So now I look forward to this generation making a change. You all can determine where this is gonna go. Whether it's gonna go to shit or whether it's gonna be something different. And you all have a lot of responsibilities, man. You all got a lot of things, a lot of cards that's faced against you. A lot of changes that have to be made. A lot of things need to be cleaned up because of the generations that came before you. And it's a shame that you have to play cleanup. It's a shame that you got to take on a society that's fucked up like it is, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just know that the leadership role is within you. And at this point in time, ain't no black leaders no more. That shit is dead and stinking. Ain't nobody coming to help you, save you, or none of that shit. If you want to believe in a bunch of motherfuckers coming down, splitting the sky open, riding horses, like how they say in Revelations in the Holy Bible, you can believe that all you want. But I could tell you, my grandmother, let me take it back. My mother believed in it. My grandmother believed in it, and my great-grandmother believed in it. And that nigga ain't came yet to save nobody. You want to believe that the Anunnakis are coming? You a little bit more spiritual. You dealt with the ancient Sumerians and shit. You want to believe that the Anunnakis are coming? Or you want to believe you an Egyptologist? You want to believe that Natiru, the Natir or the Natirus are coming? Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to save us. If anything, we are the Anunnakis. We are the Natiru. You are your own savior. You are your own Jesus Christ. Straight up. Some of you all live by this whole thing of I'm God. Well, if you God, then you shouldn't be praying to someone up there to come down and save you. Now watch this. I never said that the Anunnakis didn't exist. I never said that the Natiru didn't exist. I will tell you that Jesus Christ don't. But straight up, I'm not telling you that they don't exist. I'm just telling you that if you're waiting for someone or something, a plural, somebodies or whatever, to come and save you, it ain't gonna happen. You gotta save yourself. We have to save ourselves. And that's real talk. I hate to, kick it to you like that. Because, at least when I was younger, we depended on the Anunnakis. We thought the Anunnakis was up there. We thought the Natiru were up there. We thought the ancestors were going to help us. The ancient ones up there. Ain't nobody coming to help you. Unless you do what? Help yourself. And that's real shit. And part of helping yourself is being responsible. And making no excuses, like how the generations in the past have made. Man, shit. You sit down with an old head, my age, smoke a blunt with somebody my age, They'll talk about how they had it bad. You know, my father was crackhead. You know, I was this and that. The DMX story, if you never heard of it, he was an orphan child and all. Man, you know how many people I've heard that story, the same story. I'm not saying that it's not a story to be heard. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, okay, this and that happened to you. Now what? What you gonna do to change it? Or are you gonna pass on that burden of change to another generation? Because seriously, this is what's gonna happen if you don't change. You're gonna have a child, and that child is gonna grow up and say your generation was fucked up. And then your child is gonna grow up and have kids, and then the kids of your child is gonna say your child's generation was fucked up. It's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing. Caucasians pass down generational wealth to their kids. And you know what black people pass down? Generational pain to theirs. Generational ignorance to their kids. What you gonna do? Are you gonna be the ones? Is it gonna be this generation that's gonna be for change? Are you just gonna bitch and complain just like every other generation and do the same shit that we do? Because straight up, there's always, there's always a space for you to fill in. Because every generation has their crackheads, their weed heads, their alcoholics. So you got to make up your mind what you gonna do. That's real. There's always space for another crackhead. There's always space for another, for real. That's real talk. There's always space for another body in a privatized jail. There's always room. You know, I would say before I get off this video, I would say, don't let me down. Man, fuck me. Don't let yourself down. That's real shit. I'm glad that man is in jail. You know what I'm saying? Natureboy. I'm glad that all these motherfuckers in jail. But guess what? This is the sad part behind it. That while Polight is in jail, Natureboy is in jail, and Dr.York is in jail, there's always someone there to fill in their shoes. So this ain't the first and the last that we will hear from false prophets, cult leaders, and shit like that, fucking people over. It's not. There's being, if it ain't one in the makings right now, there's being one born right about now. He or she just came into existence. Get that motherfucker 20, 30 years and watch. There'll be another one popped up. His name won't, or her, won't be Natureboy. It'll probably be some type of crazy ass name, and they'll have some crazy ass doctrine convincing women to come in, and they fucking women, and not only they having sex with the women, but they having sex with the men too. Man, the shit gets crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you could be the change. You could be that generation that says, fuck your Natureboys, your Dr.Yorks, and your Polights. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna start my cult. I'm gonna start my own cult. And the members are gonna be me, myself, and I. That's the only Trinity that you should be believing in. That's the only three. That's what Natureboy said. What'd he say? 3 God. That's the only Trinity that you should be believing in. Me, myself, and I. Not the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. No, me, myself, and I. And you'll be all right. You understand? I'm out.